Alright, we're currently stalking our prey. It's the infamous Bullet King. We're gonna go flex our muscles on him. You see right there, the most dangerous rockers in this part of the city. Let's see if we can touch him. As you can see, they quietly went down without a fight. That deserves celebration. What's up, bros and hoes, whatever floats your goat? It's your boy Relentless, and today I am bringing you another build video, another episode. And there's all these other episodes that are other content creators that are putting out practically the same builds, whether it be Deadeye, Striker, High End, or the healer builds or tacticians. You name it, the sky's the limit. That's basically all that you see. So therefore, I'm trying to step outside the norm. Thus, my other 1.6 hybrid build that consisted of Lone Star and Banshee. So in this turn, I went the opposite direction, more or less, when it comes to weapon types, and I am going with the Pred Banshee. Now, stay tuned for later on in the video so that I can announce the PS4 Pro or the Xbox S winner of that console. We have hit 101K subs. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your support, and continue to smash that like button and hit that sub button, and very much appreciated. And before they respond back, let's get right into the build. Now, keep in mind that these main stats between the toughness can differentiate based on higher armor rolls on the gear. As you can see, I have a low base armor roll on the holster. Also, the mask could be a lot better, and also the chest piece could be 300 in armor better, and also the backpack could be a couple hundred better in armor. So as that armor, and if you have better pieces, then that toughness would go up at least another 10 to 15k. So this is more of a tanky build when having the right components, and also you have significant enough heal power, as you've seen, to heal 3/4 and to start into an overheal. But let's jump right into it. I'm utilizing the first lightweight M4, 20.2k base damage with a brutal, responsive, and fierce. Magazine size 110%, 4% crit hit damage, 2% crit hit chance, 6.5% crit hit chance, 4% crit hit damage, 6% headshot damage. I know there are large optics out there that go up to 7.5%, and it seems like I'm getting shot because they had spawned back. Come on, guys. I've done killed your boss. It's enough. As you can see, I'm critting fairly well. I'm just so hot. I spit hot fire. Quit hiding from me. Gonna mount you on my wall. Where'd you go? Yeah, you better run, you bloke. Don't get testy with me. But anyways, getting back into this build without any more further interruptions. Also, I'm utilizing the MP5 ST. I like it overall, between that and the SMG9. It's doing 19k base damage with responsive, deadly, and vicious. Magazine size, 110% magazine size, 3% crit hit chance, 4.8% rate of fire. Large optics, 18% crit hit damage, 5.5% headshot damage, 2% accuracy in the tyrant suppressor, 7.5% crit hit chance, 5.5% headshot damage, 4% crit hit damage, and 47% reduced threat. And as you can see, what most people don't utilize a lot is the optimal range in my small underbarrel. It's just a personal preference, just like as it is on my sausage here. It increases your range, as you can see, so that way the damage drop off between medium to close encounters, you don't have as much drop off and can sustain that base damage. So in this case, I'm using the 47.5% optimal range, 2.5% stability with 4% crit chance. And if I want to suggest to, come into a shotgun battle, or, if I'm PvEing and want to utilize stagger, then I do have the sausage I can easily switch to with 96.2k, brutal, responsive, and competent. Magazine size, reload speed, rate of fire. As you can see, optimal range, crit chance, crit damage, and another 49.5% optimal range and accuracy. Now, if you look at the range that I have on this shotgun and versus the MP5 ST, they are right on par. Now, of course, the ARs have a little bit more range, but as you can see with the shotgun and MP5 ST, the MP5 ST has 47.5% optimal range on it, but yet the sausage is right there with it in range. So, for those PvE battles, or even when it comes to NPCs, one of the attachments that are highly underrated is the optimal range. I suggest try it out for yourself and see how you do. But let's jump on into the gear. All right, Banshee Shadow armor, chest piece with health and all resistance for those pesky flame turrets and all those pesky things that are also in the dark zone these days. And then minor attribute spot, 52% ammo capacity. Sorry, I've been a little sick. 15,087 base health, which is equivalent to 1,000 main stat in stamina. And like I said previously, they are better armor rolls, and if this had a better armor roll on it, then therefore my toughness would be significantly higher. And my mod slots, I'm utilizing 258 firearms with 1% crit hit chance, 251 firearms and 1% crit hit chance in the second slot. You can easily reach in firearms well over 7,000 to increase your base damage with better mods. I just have been unsuccessful in getting such mods, but also you can substitute all these mods for firearms mods with skill haste, or stamina mods with skill haste to get back your heals even faster. It's all on your personal preference and how you play. This is just my interpretation of how I would use this build, not suggesting this is the only way and this is the way that everyone should use this build. This is just my interpretation of it. So try it out and try different situations and different things. Skill haste is very good in this game, especially if you have it on, you can have it on your chest piece, your gloves, your holster, also on all your mod slots. So it is very useful. It all depends on if you're running singles, doubles, or in a group, and so that way you can be cohesive with your group or cohesive with your partner, or if you're running solo. Skill haste is always nice. Moving on to the mask, as you can see, great stamina roll at 1267. With the armor was higher, it can go up to 1,001. And that would also increase your toughness. But I went with 4% crit hit chance and a minor attribute spot, which is very important, is the pesky burn resistance for those flame turrets, but also you can have shock resistance for those shock turrets that everybody tend to use in the DZ these days. And the prototype firearms mod, 263 firearms with 2868 health. It's a little bit about 400 on the low end of the health roll, but it works in this situation, and it's currently all that I had. Moving on to the knee pads, I have a low firearms roll because I had crit hit damage, and I wanted this build to be a little more tanky, so I chose to roll a major attribute slot into health instead of having the crit hit damage on it, and just stuck with the 1211 in firearms, which is they are a lot better pieces out there that you can get much higher firearms and improve this build by well on to around 7600 in firearms based on the gear that you have and the mods that you have. This is currently all that I have, so this is by no means min-maxed. And as you can see in the minor attributes, damage to elites, shock resistance, and bleed resistance. Damage to elites works well when using this build in PvE, but if you're more or less mainly going into PvP or the last stand, then you would want to roll damage to elites off for something along the line of flame resistance. You don't necessarily need disorient resistance. The sky's the limit. It's just based on personal preference. And in the mod slots, I have electronics mod, 266 electronics with 3288 skill power and 6% first aid self heal. Now onto the backpack, I have 1239 in electronics with another 12,126 in health. Minor attribute spots, another 15% burn resistance, so that brings me up to a total of around 41% burn resistance for this build. It helps out for all those Firecrest builds that are out there, or anybody that's using just flame turrets in general. You can roll the major attribute spot for different things if you so choose, such as stronger skill power, or if you want crit hit damage to make your crits even larger when it comes to utilizing the SMG with such a high crit hit chance and put down more base damage, then by all means, at your player's preference, do as you choose. Moving on to the gloves, I have 1250 in firearms, a good armor roll at 994, it's only 7 off of its max, and in the major attribute spot, as on all gloves, you want SMG damage, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. Now, some substitute if they are already high in crit hit chance, and they're around the 45 to 50 mark, or even around the 40 mark, and they want to utilize pulse, they can easily roll something like this off of crit hit chance and use as skill haste if they want to spec into skill haste on all their mods, their gloves, and also in their holsters. But the main things you want to look for if you are a DPS build and you're running gunner such as myself is the type of weapon that you'll be using, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. Now moving on to the holster. Not a great holster at all. I've been searching and searching. It has low armor roll on it. That's why the toughness is so low. Lady, get away from me. I don't have nothing for you. Move, peasant. But there are a lot better holsters out there. That's why this build is by no means been maxed. I wish it was so that way I can show its full potential on its toughness and its damage that it can produce, along with having sustainability and survivability when running this, especially if you are an SMG and AR player such as myself. And in the major attribute spot, like I've always said before, you could also, if you have 3 good main stats and a good base armor roll on them, you can have that at crit hit chance or skill haste or whatever you prefer. So there's multiple ways that you can have this build. On all pieces, you want to try to find the max armor roll as possible, the base armor roll that you can have on all your gear. That'll raise your toughness. Also, you got to think about if you want a DPS build, you want a balanced build, you want a tanky build. And try to have, at least 1 to 2 different pieces of each category. Like have 2 chest pieces, 2 masks, such as the ones that I have here. I have this Predator's Mark mask and this Pred mask, which is easily, I can roll off one if I need more electronics and re-roll it to firearms. And on the other, if I don't want crit hit chance, and since I already have high firearms on this one, I can easily roll off the crit hit chance for skill power. It makes this build versatile, and that's why I always keep 2 pieces of everything in my stash when I can. So when building this build, decide if you have moderate skill power only around 100k, then you want to spec into whatever firearm, stamina, or electronics that you so choose. But if you stack into firearms or stamina, then be sure to put on skill haste mods on every single mod. That's going to give you at least 15% skill haste. And then if you have 7% skill haste on your holster and then another 7% on your gloves, that's going to bring you up to 29%, and that will help you get your skills back very much faster. If you want to be playing in a group and you just want to be a damage dealer, then you can go and drop your toughness down a little bit to around 300k. You can sacrifice the health on the backpack and reroll for crit hit damage. Also, you can sacrifice health on other things. You can roll crit hit chance on here. You can roll crit hit chance on your knee pads instead of having health. You can reroll skill power. It all depends on how you want to perceive and play this build, depending on your playstyle. So I hope this build has been informative to you. It works out pretty well. I mean, yes, there are other builds that out there can be stronger, but depending on the player's skill, any build can be deadly in the right hands. It all depends on the player themselves. And if you play with the same build constantly and work on your footwork and your cover to cover and shooting from cover and utilizing and speccing into your build on how you play, it will also make you a better player. But moving on to the winner of the console, and before I announce them, if you would, go to my main channel, hit info, and in the middle you will see the business email address. Click on that and be sure to send me your name, address, and info, and let me know what region of the world that you are in. Because if you're in the United States, then one console bought in the United States necessarily wouldn't work if you were in the UK, so to speak, and vice versa. So please let me know all the information that I will need so that way that I can get out to you. But without further ado, let me hit the magic number here. It's rolling. Man, this is taking a lot. After all the tweet entries and all the sub entries. Okay, the winner is Dicer01. So Dicer01, please get in touch with me so that way I can be sure to get you the console of your choice that you prefer, whether it be the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One. And guys, thank you so much. Stay tuned for more giveaways, more frequent giveaways, because as you all know, I'm sponsored by Cinch Gaming Controllers. Their link is in the description below. You can buy any of their merchandise and use that link or my code at Cinch 4206, I'm sorry, and receive 5% off all your purchases, whether you need grips. They're also great controllers. I plan on doing a review video, but you can remap the buttons of the controllers. They're basically like scuff controllers in a sense, but you can remap any buttons on the controller just by utilizing an app on your phone. And also it makes you a better gamer. I'm using one now, and I like not having to take my thumbs off the joysticks in order to reload, such as games on The Division. But if you're a COD player, Titanfall 2 player, or any other game, you can remap the buttons to better suit your playability to make you more competitive in whatever game it is. So please check them out, and if you want that 5% off, be sure to click on that link or use that coupon code to get that discount. And also check out Revolution Gaming. It's an intuitive, fun community. Everybody's like-minded, they're nice, they're positive, they're willing to help out in any game that there is out there. If you have any questions on The Division, Wildlands, whatever the game may be, there are people there that will help. Easy to matchmake. We are a brand new community. We're up and coming. We're growing fast. And if you want to be a part of a positive, intuitive community that is on the uprise with like-minded individuals and they're filled with positivity and love gaming and discussions on gaming, no matter what the games may be, then check out Revolution Gaming and click on that link in the description below. And also, if you'd like to become a patron of the channel, you can click on the Patreon link and check out the rewards. Just for $1 donation a month as a patron, and all my giveaways, which is there'll be a giveaway on every 100 subscribers and every 250 subscribers. I will be giving away a Cinch controller. There will be giveaways of Control Freaks, and yes, there'll be another console giveaway. And also, they're in the process of making Revolution Gaming and Relentless t-shirts for us to celebrate our 1K subs, so be on the lookout for that, and there'll be giveaways of those. But enough rambling. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, please hit that sub. Let's get in on these giveaways, and I thank you for all your support, and we'll see you guys.
I got broads in Atlanta, just to the lean the family, credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van.